BEFuture Knowledge Hub, where experts share their experiences dealing with the challenges facing our industry today. To help the events sector flourish, BEFuture explores the role of technology, highlights how sustainability helps us thrive, considers the role talent plays, and paves the way for the transformation that will boost resilience. Business events, what does the future hold? Introduction. Considering the emerging trends and innovations influencing the future trajectory of our industry.
The future of business events is a very good question of where it's going. Fundamentally, there are a number of drivers that are out there. For example, artificial intelligence. The role of a conference organizer is to schedule and make decisions. Well, AI can take all over that. In the future, there's a possibility we do not need conference organizers because the computer or the algorithm organizes everything for you. So that's one example of a significant change to the industry in the terms of organization. There are major questions around sustainability and climate change, and that impacts why we have to meet and why we should come here. There are a number of trends that will shape the future, and one of the things to consider is where is science going, where is medicine going, where is technology going? Will virtual meetings in the year 2030, 2040 be just as good as what we've got now? But we need to come together to understand what the implications are. Another point is what we call the concept of technological singularity. That's the point of where the robot or the computer has more processing power and can make emotional and rational decisions. And again, that would have significant impact of what we can do. For example, where people are on the ground floor and it's being automated, and there's that change. If we look at the advancement in brain-computer interfaces, but we're already using this technology, for example, in gaming, where you can move objects without physically doing that. So it's about what we call programmable memory. There's lots out there from a technology perspective which could be very disruptive. And then with the economics of the future in the terms of an aging population, or we haven't talked about, there are a massive of trends and drivers out there, and you need to ask the question, where will they go and what will they do? Climate change is having significant impact at the moment on every industry in the world. So countries in developing economies which have conference centres and exhibition spaces are a lot more vulnerable to climate change because they haven't invested in resilience. Many countries that have conference centres like this one here at IMEX have put a lot of planning and resilience into climate change, in preparing for flooding, etc., etc. So 20 years ago, when we talked about tourism in the meeting industry, the value of the meeting industry was all about economic development. We used to measure it by the number of delegates and the wealth it brought to the country. Whereas today, we're in this period of change where we take into account the wider understanding of the value and the role of the meetings industry. It's very important to talk about the meetings industry and its impact upon society and what it does. When we're thinking about the future events, we need to think about not more meetings and what is a better meeting with value and insight. You need to look at the role of the meetings industry and how it contributes to the wider science. Because the meeting industry is the opportunity for people to come together to talk about all of these changes. So meeting is all about humanity. Meetings are all about the exchange of ideas and the exchange of knowledge.
Events are as old as mankind. Since we exist, we meet with other individuals. But societies are changing, and currently we see three main drivers which push this change forward. Number one is, of course, digitization. Secondly, sustainability is a key driver as a vertical in the business events industry. So we need digitization and sustainability going hand in hand in order to achieve our sustainability objectives. The third most important trend is a changing working and living environment. We now work remotely. We work in other countries. We are connected with each other through digital solutions. We are using AI, and the working environment becomes more and more digital and more virtual. And this is one of the reasons why people are looking very much forward to real and authentic gatherings. So we all change our requirements, we all change our expectations when it comes to business events. What's the reason why I should travel in order to attend an event? What's the purpose behind it? Is a meeting and attending it meaningful? Yes or no? This is the decision, and that's what is changing dramatically, because there are so many other options for people to communicate with each other. It doesn't need to be a meeting. So people expect a sustainable event concept. It's not about offering a sustainable or non-sustainable events. The target is that all events are organized in a sustainable manner. And what we need is evidence-based information. We need relevant data. That's the one and first point, I think. And AI can help us to analyze these data. It is most important to create further innovative solutions for the business events industry to work cross-sectoral, meaning we need to open up our doors to other sectors, to new technologies, to get a better understanding of solutions which are out there and which we can also use for our own industry. I think it's all about society, and only together we can win the game. So it's about togetherness, it's about collaboration, and we need to be brave to test new things.
To be part of BEFuture is to think about the future of the business events, connecting different ecosystems, and to make sure that we are a future-proof business event. So what is good from this BEFuture project is that it's the first project that is transnational and cross-sector, that it has been recognized and with funding from European Union. Why I think it's also a good project, because someone needs to start to connect different organizations, different ecosystems, to start to think about the future. The BEFuture innovative ecosystem, it's so important, because here the ecosystem we are building is, we always say that we are now designing and creating that key stakeholders innovative ecosystem for the business event industry. So we know our challenges, we can work, and we know what we need for the future. So we need to leverage innovation and technology in support of the transformation of the business event industry. But we can only do it if we go all together, putting all together the main associations of the business event industry, the different stakeholders we have in our value chain in the business event, with this new ecosystem, the tech and entrepreneur ecosystem.
From our contributors' expert analysis, we hope you will remember there's a lot of technology in the pipeline which could be disruptive, but also provide solutions. We need human-centered digitization to go hand in hand with sustainability to achieve our objectives. BEFuture is an innovative ecosystem connecting all the main players in the events industry. This webcast introduces a series in which we will be exploring the latest ideas on sustainability, carbon measuring tools, human engagement in a virtual landscape, event design, and many other topics that are central to helping our industry thrive. So watch this space for more expert contributions exploring the proactive approaches that will help shape our industry's future. If you have found this webinar helpful, take a look at the other resources BEFuture has to offer.